All right, guys, here is the combo. Let's do it. So we drop in the War Chief, we blitz it in, and so now it's going to be forced to sacrifice at the end of this turn. So what we're going to do is attack in with it, and then we're going to sacrifice it with Vivien to get ourselves a Tovolar. So second main phase, we activate Vivien's ability to +2, sacrifice the War Chief, and we get ourselves a free Tovolar and a 4/4. We draw a card and we gain 3 life, all in the same turn. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, dude. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, which means another meta list for you guys today. And today's list is going to be mono green Stompy. But of course, we had to take this thing to the Pimp My Ride workshop, and we had to add a little bit of spice because we can't just play normal mono green Stompy. We had to add some fun new cards like Vivien on the Hunt. And today we're going to be trying to break this card and have some fun with it. But before I break the deck down in full, as always, if you are new here and you find any value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support the channel, and I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's talk about the list, get into the gameplay footage, and we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. Let's do this. So kicking things off here, looks pretty normal. We got an Ascended Pack Leader as well as a Ranger class. Ascended Pack Leader is a great 1-drop because it's going to be a 2/1, but it's going to grow over time every time we drop something into the field with 4 converted mana cost or higher, which we have a lot of, and we're going to be doing some ramping as well. So this card works really well with the build. We've also got Ranger class, another classic, drops a 2/2 wolf, puts 1/1 counters on stuff, helps us get bigger really fast. We've also got a new card, Fight Rigging. This is going to be a 3-drop enchantment with the Hideaway ability, which we're going to dig into our deck here, 5 cards deep, find a permanent, hopefully something really big, and then we get to cast it for free when we get a creature with power of 7 or greater, which really easy to do when this thing is giving us 1/1 counters every turn, as well as Ranger class also giving us 1/1 counters. We've also got the Stomper, which is a new card. This thing is going to allow us to, ramp up really fast. And it provides a lot of power and toughness. It's kind of useless power and toughness at first because it can't attack until it has at least 7 lands on the battlefield. But it does that really quickly when you're stacking these up. And we've got some other things we can do with its power and toughness as well, instead of just attacking and blocking. And we'll get to that in a little bit here. But we kick things off again with a Nasika's Chariot in the 4 slot. This is where you're going to start seeing a pack leader gain some 1/1 counters and some power. And then we've also got the War Chief. Now the War Chief is going to be the first card we're trying to break with the Vivien on the Hunt. Here's where things get spicy because the War Chief is a 5-drop, and when it enters the battlefield we gain 3 life, but also when it dies we get a 4/4 Rhino. You can blitz this thing, which is pretty cool, which adds some card draw mechanics, some haste. But what's really cool is if we can get this down the following turn, if we can get down a Vivien on the Hunt, we can +2 on this thing and sacrifice it, which would then allow us to create that 4/4 Rhino. And when we sacrifice it, we get a free Tovolar Huntmaster. And then with the Tovolar Huntmaster, if we want to plus that as well, after creating 2/2 wolves, we can sacrifice it and then get ourselves a Titan of Industry. So Vivien on the Hunt going to be putting in some work here today on the top end of our deck, sacrificing things like War Chief into a Tovolar Huntmaster. That right there is going to be the #1 combo we want to hit. We want to hit the War Chief, get a free Tovolar, get a free 4/4, and a lot of value that way with Vivien on the Hunt. Also, the +1 is really nice because the +1 allows us to, fill up our hand with a bunch of creatures, which we have plenty in the deck. Obviously, we saw the Titan of Industry. And then because we are ramping so much, Wrenn and 7 makes a lot of sense with the Stomper because we're going to be adding a lot of extra lands to the battlefield. So Wrenn and 7 is pretty sweet. And lastly, guys, here's where we add that spice with the Stomper. Like I said, because it can't attack or block, early on, we're going to need to do some removing of creatures. So we have Master's Rebuke and the Ambush. The Ambush is going to allow us to fight target creature with another creature, which is really great at instant speed. But Rebuke, now this is going to be the MVP right here because this thing is instant speed and we deal our creature's power to another creature, which is fantastic. They don't even need to fight. You just outright deal the Stomper's power right to some creature's face and destroy it at instant speed, which is really helpful when you're talking about being a sneaky type of blocker and they think they might have the power advantage because they have an intrepid adversary. You blow that thing up, their team gets smaller, you start making some good blocks. That could be pretty sweet. This card has been fantastic for me lately. and it pairs really well with the Stomper, especially if the Stomper is getting a bunch of 1/1 counters as well. But that right there is the deck, guys. Ignore the sideboard. I had field trip in this deck before, but we cut that. But anyways, that right there is the deck in a nutshell. We're gonna get the gameplay footage now. Enjoy that. We'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a banger for you guys today. This one is going to be a mono green meta list. We're calling it a meta list because mono green is kind of meta right now. We've got some really cool tools here. So we're gonna go first. Stomper is a new addition to the deck. Fight rigging is a new addition to the deck. It is an absolute heater. This deck is sweet, man. I've had a lot of success with it already early on, and let's see if we can keep the ball rolling, man. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. Hopefully we get to show you guys some really cool things here. The Stomper is pretty sweet because then it can go into the Ren and 7 a turn early, but I also kind of want to get the fight rigging going. I don't know, mate. I think that's fine. We can't block the Werewolf Pack Leader, but we got time. A little bit of ooze action, huh? A little bit of ooze action. Let's get ourselves a Ren and 7 in here. And 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do this. Check this out. Peep this, home slices. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, so the ooze gives the 1/1 counter to the Werewolf Pack Leader, but they can't give any more to the Werewolf Pack Leader, which is nice. I can go fight rigging here, and I can also plus the Ranger class, making the Stomper into a 6/6. So there's a good chance that I let the Werewolf Pack Leader go through with an attack here, unless we get Blizzard Brawled, which would be so sad. That would be pretty sad, actually. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Nice. Okay, we can take that. I was gonna say it's probably a bad sign for our friend Ren and 7 here, though, if I'm being honest. You know what seems crazy, but I might, I'll do this. I'll do this. That's pretty good. Titan of Industry, don't mind if I do. Let's try to get a free one here. And we get some lands here, which is nice. Oh, beautiful. That's actually beautiful. Get in for 6/6, and we get to fight with the let's say the Werewolf Pack Leader or the Oddity. Either way, it's a W for us. Excuse me. All right, looking spicy, baby. Really? You gonna do me like that? Well, I guess I really didn't expect them to attack that way. I would have done this prior to their combat to not let them draw a card, but I really didn't expect the attack to come at me that way. It's unfortunate. Well, that's fine. Ren and 7 is gone, but at least we killed the Werewolf Pack Leader. Stompy or Stomper gets the 1/1 counters next turn, and we're money. So money in the bank. Get ourselves a Titan of Industry. We're 2 turns away from casting the Storm the Festival as well. That's annoying. That's actually not that annoying. That was your big play? To go 2 for 1? I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Let's get a free Titan of Industry here. And that's gonna be game. Jeez, they did not want to see that Titan of Industry come down. Feels bad, man. I also think that they probably messed up. They probably messed up that Inscription of Abundance. I don't think they understood what they were doing there. I think they miscalculated. But good game. Poor fella absolutely got beat up there. Got beat up. Mono green on mono green crime, man. Feels bad. Up against Zach. All right, so we got some instant speed shenanigans, but we don't have any sort of early game at all. That's got to be a mulligan, right? This is better. I gotta find a land though. Actually, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Let's find a land. Come on, we can do this. We have it in us to find a land. We have plenty of lands in this deck. I believe we have 26 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. All of our mana problems go out the door if we can just find that one land. Make it 3. Come on. Jadar's not bad. The Jadar is not bad. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Especially when we're a ramp deck and we find no lands here. That's not good. Not good at all. And our friend is playing Soul Tie. Yikes. Big yikes. And we're officially screwed. We find our land and it's a tap land. Yikes, man. That is the most messed up thing Magic can do to you, man. Arena, when they give you like a land when you really need it, but it's a tap land, it's like, come on. You're just trolling at that point. All right, it does hit, which is good. We'll get lands down on the battlefield, not in the traditional sense, but we'll get lands down. Oh man, just taking an absolute beating from this Jadar. This Jadar is just bullying me, man. Absolutely bullying me. I think I'm gonna go here and then hold up the Rebuke. I think that's pretty sweet. I think that's pretty sweet. All right, so it's one more land and we can get ourselves the Stompers activated, which would be great. Get that Jadar out of here. Soul Tie, man. What are they up to? What is Soul Tie trying to do these days? What are you trying to do, Soul Tie? I know you got some tricks. Hopefully not a Shadow's Verdict. That would be pretty wild. I guess that's just as bad. That's definitely just as bad. All right, Tovalar, go get us some action here. Hopefully with them being more of a control build, it looks like that at least. Maybe they don't play anything this turn. Maybe they try to go for like a Memory Deluge and allow us to transform. That would be pretty awesome. But we are susceptible just, you know, to one more Meat Hook Massacre and we're toast. So let's hope that's not the case. I guess Tovalar though could keep getting 1/1 counters from the Ranger class every turn. But it can also get just picked off easily with one single Infernal Grasp or Baleful Mastery. One of those two cards. All right, we're gonna blitz this bad boy in here because it's gonna allow us to draw cards, which is great. We bring them down to 7. Well, it's not the card I wanted to see. But hey, we're in position now to end the game, which is pretty crazy. if you think about the start we had, this is pretty crazy that we're looking to close out the game here. Opponent just did not have it or something. I don't know. I mean, one Meat Hook Massacre that swept the whole board was pretty solid, but to just rejuice up with those Tovalars, and then you get the, you know, the instant hasty type War Chief in here, which leaves behind a 4/4. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. This card is actually bonkers. Like, this card is actually disgusting. Why is my stream deck not working? That's weird. All right. Well, I could go for a big Ren in 7, and that would avoid hopefully any problems we might have with another Meat Hook, because it is an 8/8. Might as well swing in for 1 here, huh? Actually, we might want to hold up the removal. Let's wait and find out. Let's wait and see. All right, I regret not attacking. Let's get some cards here. Hopefully a lot of lands on top. Nice, we'll take it. Let's draw some more cards. They clearly have some removal for the 9/9. There's no shot that they don't, because they definitely would have conceded by now if they didn't have removal. Hole Breaker Horror. Okay, well they've got to block the 10, right? I mean, actually, GG's. GG's, my friend. And that right there is why we run instant speed removal, my friends. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ah, good stuff. All right, well, we got our stream deck fixed, so can do a little bit more maneuvering here. By the way, I'm actually looking to update this OBS. The way that it looks right here, I'm actually gonna get a little more drastic with some of the looks. I'm actually pretty excited about it. We get to go first. I think this is fine. I don't like love it, but I think it's fine. I mean, Field Trip can go find us some other toys from the sideboard. What do we want to grab? Probably a basic Conjuration would be nice. Basic Conjuration. No need to throw down a fight rigging without creatures, right? So Conjuration will not only get us a creature, but it will also gain us a bit of life. So it's kind of nice. Thin out the deck a little bit here. All right, so we're up to 4 mana, about to be 5. Basic Conjuration gains us 3 life. It also gets us hopefully a creature that's decent. We're probably dead here though. They're off to a blazing fast start, and we just drew. I mean, we drew mana for the last top 10 cards in a row. That's a big yikes. Big yikes. Oh yeah, that's game. Well, that was about as fast as a game can possibly be. I mean, the red just hit all their... I mean, they just hit the absolute curve out there. And we kept a pretty bad hand. If I'm being honest, we kept a really bad hand. I thought we could get there because we have a lot of 2 and 3 drop, like, you know, options. But we didn't top deck any of them, so GG. Well, that was ugly. But you know what? If we're going to lose, we might as well lose lightning fast or like that. If I'm gonna pick a way to lose, I'll take that as my option. Gosh, I don't want to keep this. I really don't want to keep this, but I mean, going first, there's an argument to be had that we can make it happen, but we'll see. We got fight rigging into Asika's Chariot. Okay, that's actually better. That's actually a little better than the other way around. Mono black. Mono black. Not sure if we had anything in the sideboard there that technically helps specifically for mono black, but nice. We get a land. We love to see that. Maybe we go Chariot now and then we go Ren and 7 next, or do we go Ren and 7 now, Chariot next turn, potentially into ambush if that's possible? Is that possible? Not really, no, huh? Let's go Ren and 7 now into the fight rigging, because there's a chance we could actually hit like a Titan and get it in play next turn. Because this is going to be a 5/5, but it's going to be a 6/6 based on the land that we pull off the top. And then fight rigging will go ahead and get us to 7, which will then activate whatever card it is we hit. Just kidding. We absolutely get blown up by one Invoke Despair. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. All right, let's go ahead and get a land here. Get a Seeker's Chariot down. Reload a little bit. Gosh, that Invoke Despair just absolutely clapped us. But you know what? They're down to 4 mana. You know they're running Blood on the Snow, so they need 6 mana for that. Meathook Massacre, they can only hit for 3 right now, which is enough to sweep the board, though. It's actually enough to sweep the board to keep their merchant alive, which is annoying. Might actually see that come down here. Yep. But we do have Tovolar Huntmaster here, so we can play that, activate the Chariot, get in straight away, start creating more wolf tokens. Opponent just getting absolute nuts off the top of their deck, which is super frustrating. All right, so Tovolar's down. Activate the Chariot. Let's go. Create some more wolves here. Create some more wolves, more blockers. You love to see it. Opponent, though, is going to get to go to their sideboard, and I'm curious to know what they are going to grab, because there are a lot of exiling tools for our opponent here to grab, and they can hit the Tovolar with. I hope that's not the case, but if they do grab like Necrotic Fumes, they will have to sacrifice their Skullport Merchant, which does put them in a kind of a bad spot. But I'm sure they're going to have another 1/1 they can drop in its place to take the hit, but they go for Mascot Exhibition instead, so that's pretty good. I'm glad they grabbed that card. It's a pretty good sign that they're working towards that and not sweeping the board again, so that's nice. I'm just really hoping we can get the fight rigging down next turn and not have Tovolar die here. I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. In this position, that's a much better Invoke Despair than the last one, that's for sure. Nice. Okay, so we do get the fight rigging to go off here. Hopefully hitting a Titan of Industry. No Titan, but we do get a Vivien. I suppose that's still pretty good. Let's attack straight on in here. We have instant speed removal. Vivien is down now. Vivien is going to spit out rhinos that we can copy with the Seeker's Chariot, which is nice. All right. And we can also sacrifice the Huntmaster if we want to, and the Huntmaster would then get us a Titan of Industry. But if we do that, we might be giving up some value here. Because our opponent here is sitting on 6 mana. Blood on the Snow is scary, right? Which could definitely be the case of what we're facing down here, which means the Titan would be better. But then Meathook Massacre doesn't hit this. Do we play it safe? I think we play it safe, man. I think we play it safe and we go for the Titan of Industry. Because of Blood on the Snow. Blood on the Snow is the only thing that gets them back in the game, right? So let's put a shield counter and create a Rhino. All right, so now Titan of Industry does survive the Blood on the Snow play. They say good game. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Let's kill that. Let's kill that. That's a really good sign that they don't have that they don't have blood on the snow. But I'm still probably going to leave back my Titan of Industry because its shield counter is what's protecting us from opponent's blood on the snow. So I'm going to leave it back here and just attack with everything else. And we're just going to keep making copies of 4/4 rhinos. I think that's more than enough to get the job done. Opponent has a main phase 2 here, 1 mana open, and they are holding priority. There's a good chance they have another Shambling Ghast or Eye Twitch, which is pretty annoying. Let's hope that's not the case, though. The early good game is confusing to me. It's either good thing or bad thing for them. I'm not sure. Another Titan is fantastic here. Part of me actually, I think I'm gonna go for the mill play here. Nice, we get another Tovolar and Rhino. It's pretty solid. I think we go for Ranger class because Ranger class also will help refuel the board for us if, let's say, we get swept up. We're not attacking with the Titan, so we're going to tap it down. Let's spread the damage out here a little bit. And yeah, spread the damage out. I know we can get double blocked here by our opponents. Oh, they scoop it up. They didn't have the blood on the snow. We were playing around the blood on the snow so hard too. I really thought we were going to have that come down, but Titan of Industry would have been fine the next turn. They were going to take a lot here, and if they would have double blocked over here on the Chariot, we had instant speed ambush to have maybe our new 4/4 fight the 3/2, and then the Seeker's Chariot would have been fine. And we were just kind of running away with it at that point, but good game. Man, that was a tough one. When you're talking about a deck full of sweepers and tools that make you sacrifice, like Invoke Despair, it gets tricky, man. It really, really does. But there are some adjustments for sure I think I'd make to this deck now that I've played a couple of games with it. I think I'd make a few adjustments, but I do like where we're headed, though. I like the shell of this deck for sure. We get to go first. I'll take it. We got the Ranger class into fight rigging, which is a little bit slower, but we'll take it. We get to go first, so. Pack leader. Don't like that. We do have the rebuke, though, and the rigging, which makes it a 3/3. So we can get through the ascending pack leader for at least a turn. And it's going to be werewolves. All right. They're probably going to come in for an attack here. They're probably willing to trade. Okay, or strangle. That's something they can do. Yikes. That puts us in a really bad spot. Unfortunately, that puts us in a really bad spot. Yikes. You hate to see that. Did not expect our opponent to come down turn 2 with a removal spell. That is brutal. Just completely shut down our game plan in one turn. We're drawing into removal spells ourselves, but our removal spells require a creature on the field. So our top deck needs to be a land or a creature within range of casting this sort of mana base. Tovolar just got him right back into this game too with their card advantage. Yikes. You're kidding me. And the next card's in a Seeker's Chariot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Activate the Den of the Bugbear. That's lethal. Or that's also lethal. Just a bad game overall, man. Unfortunately, the Strangle completely collapsed the game plan there. We actually had a really good start too. Had we not gotten strangled there, but it is what it is. I really don't like making changes in the middle of a video, but I am gonna do that today. It unfortunately we're getting kind of exposed by fast, quicker decks. So I did cut the field trip. I cut the field trip and I added in some pack leaders, ascending pack leaders, to hopefully get us a little bit more early game aggro and maybe to match some of the aggression. Maybe have some blockers out on the field, you know, something like that. Because the stompers are great and everything, but when we're talking about like really aggressive lists like mono red and what we've been running into, not being able to block is tough. So and it immediately gets removed. But that's a good thing though. I mean, to make them have to spend mana to remove that off the field and, you know, use up one of their burn spells, it's kind of a win for us in some ways. All right, so they go straight to the iteration. They have play with fire, call the storm giants. This is definitely going to be some sort of like control list. Gonna have to get super aggressive here, I have a feeling. Okay, Spikefield Hazard goes down as a land. Our turn. War Chief seems fun, but I'd rather get that in with the Blitz and then start copying the Rhinos with the Asika's Chariot. I am afraid, obviously, of burn down the house. I feel like we're gonna get the burn down the house treatment at some point in this game, but I can then just refuel with the other Asika's Chariot here. Tovolar Huntmaster, huh? All right, let's get right in there. Let's get some damage, man. They're holding priority, but I'm guessing it's just something like a unexpected windfall. Yeah, big score. Same thing. All right. We are 1 mana short of the Tovolar, which feels pretty bad. Also 1 mana short of blitzing this in, which feels also pretty bad. So wish we would have got a land off the top there instead of the Tovolar. Maybe land and then Tovolar. That would be great, but wow, they got the bombardment right away. I regret not playing the War Chief last turn. We could have got him dead this turn, but unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's actually still lethal. That's still lethal. Wait, hold on. I for a second doubted myself because they played the bombardment so comfortably. I was like, well, maybe that's not lethal, but I didn't even count it up. That was definitely lethal. 6 and then 4. So GG's, I guess. They were just a little too slow. We came out of the gates hot. I love it. That's what we like to see, man. We took a mulligan, which felt pretty bad. I was a little worried about that, but we came out swinging pretty fast. That play with fire early on the pack leader felt pretty bad. Being able to crew an on block, you know, on a creature that can't attack or block, being able to crew it with the Asika's Chariot to get extra damage through, super helpful. So if it's going to be out there, at least its crew ability is nice. All right, I get to go first. I got the pack leader. I got a lot of removal here. Gonna need to see some more lands though. Titan of Industry is pretty bad. I might have to mulligan this one again. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe the removal can get us there. I'm hoping the removal gets us there. We'll see. Ascending pack leader does have 2 power, so it could probably remove quite a few things early here into the game. If they're playing creatures, that is. If they're playing more control, we're definitely dead in the water. But I'm banking on this being some form of creature build. All right. We do get the Ranger class in. Hopefully we could just pump the Ranger class a couple of times here and start playing cards from the top of our deck. That'd be nice. Rakdos. It's actually Jund. Okay, Jund, like treasures, something like that. All right. I can safely do this and attack in and give the 1/1 counter to the pack leader, and we still got ourselves a good situation here. No good blocks for our opponent to make. And we keep hitting our land drops, which is really nice. That's what we really wanted to see here. It's kind of coming in clutch. I'm not gonna lie, we're getting some good top decks here because things were looking pretty bleak in that opening hand. It was a hard keep for me, but going first and mulliganing just doesn't feel good, man. Especially when you have a good 1/2 curve out with some removal. You can't be too upset about it. All right, so this is interesting because that's a problem, but we can remove it with instant speed magic. This is just another example of why Master's Rebuke is so good, guys. Like, the instant speed playability of this card is really, really good for situations like this. Like, that's just really solid. They're down to 7. We have 1 more Master's Rebuke. We removed the Painter off the field and we got ourselves GG's. That's what I'm talking about. So pack leader already showing some fruits. We're bearing some fruits here off that play. Glad we got rid of the extra ramp with the field trip. Very happy. All right, my turn. All right, we're gonna go Hydra here. Gonna have to go here. Blow up the painter. They do have a pretty good block here against our 2/2 though, which feels pretty bad. But hey, we cleared off their side of the battlefield. Oh, they're gonna block the 5/4. I like it. Even better for us. Even better. We activate the layer of the Hydra for potentially 4 next turn. It could be 5 with the pump from the Ranger class. So even if they somehow sweep the board with, let's say, burn down the house, we still win the game. So feeling really solid about this. We'll see. Kiki Jiki gets them another painter. Okay. Yeah, I think we got him locked down. Vigilance, trample, mana spent is 1 whenever battlefield create a treasure token. And man, okay, got it. That's pretty good. All right, let's do this. I don't want the land to die. I think the land dying would be the worst thing here. Wow, they just let it all go through. They could have survived that turn. They could have made a couple blocks there and survived that turn. So maybe they didn't have any sweepers in sight. Well, GG's, I guess, man. We'll take it. Now we're cruising along though with the pack leader. I think we got something here. All right, one last game for the road, and then we'll call it. We've had some pretty solid games here, man. A little up and down today, but still pretty good. I like the pack leader for sure. I think it's definitely belongs in this build, especially because it's going to get a lot of the 1/1 counters. We got plenty of big spells that'll be coming down. So, all right, let's close this out strong, though, man. Let's get this going. We get to go first, and we got a pretty solid start here. Got to layer the Hydra into the Ranger. Fight rigging. This is gonna be good. And it's going to be a black build with sacrifice, but no snow mana. I like that there's no snow mana because we might be able to outscale a Meat Hook Massacre over time, right? So let's hope that's the case. All right, we'll go with the fight rigging first. And we'll definitely take you. That would be a huge little bump there if we can get that to go. No attacks. They're just going to block us with the underdog and then get it back later for its blitz cost. So let's not worry too much about that right now. Tenacious underdog comes in for 3. That is what it is. I'm hoping for some more land off the top. If I can fight something and pump this, that'd be great. Bada bing, bada boom. You love to see it, but what I don't love to see is Rakdos. Rakdos can deal a lot of damage, man. Can't have that, or it can kill, right? It can kill a lot of things. I can't see like Infernal Grasp or anything coming down. That would really suck. Still looking for one more land and then we'll be good. I promise I won't ask for a whole lot more than that. And then we can get a Ren and 7 down. We have instant speed removal with the Rebuke, which feels so good, so clean. Oh, they're going straight into drawing cards. That's pretty desperate if you ask me. You've only got 3 lands on the field and you're gonna go ahead and pull that off right away. Seems pretty desperate. We'll let that get through actually. Not too worried about it. Not too worried about it. Stomper gets us another land, but then we can't play our instant speed removal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just hang on for a second here. It really stinks that this doesn't become the 7/7 prior by getting the counter and then getting a counter here. That would be great, but it's all good. Yeah, let's just end our turn. Stomper just doesn't make a whole lot of sense here, if I'm being honest. It really doesn't. Not being able to attack or block and then holding up Rebuke is gonna go out the window. All right, so we definitely avoid the Meat Hook Massacre, by the way. We're totally safe in that regard. One more land gets us a Ren and 7. We plus on the Ren and 7 to get more mana, I think would be the better play than to create a 5/5. All right, they're in trouble here, man. They're gonna take a fat hit from the 7/7, but they could just create an artifact construct token here, which is probably what's gonna happen. I could blow it up. Okay, that's a better blow up, I think. Here's what we'll do. So they -2 on that one. So we'll, while we're waiting, we'll do this so they can't actually activate the second Ob Nixilis. And now they're just left with the 1/1 Devil. You love to see it. Now they just got a 1 loyalty Ob Nixilis and a 1/1 Devil. Not that scary. All right, well, we are going to get the Storm the Festival, so thank God for that, because we cannot find a land to save our lives. Storm the Festival for free. We are struggling for lands. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. All right, well, we can get the Stomper in now, and it will actually be able to attack and block, so that might be the play here. Might be the play here. The War Chief is going to gain us life later in the game. Or I can actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll get in the Vivien, and then we'll pull off the War Chief combo with it. You guys haven't seen that yet, so let's give that a shot. This is actually a really cool combo. We haven't had a chance to pull it off just yet, so I'm actually really excited about this. So what we're gonna do is we got the Vivien in now, and Vivien protects itself pretty well here, and then we are going to play the War Chief for its blitz cost next turn, and when it goes in for an attack, and it's going to sacrifice itself anyways to draw us a card. So instead, we're going to sacrifice it with Vivien to get a Tovolar. It's pretty big brain stuff. Pretty big brain stuff. All right, here we go. I think it's gonna survive. Vivien's gonna survive. We are down to 8 though. War Chief is gonna need to gain us that life ASAP. All right, guys, here is the combo. Let's do it. So we drop in the War Chief, we blitz it in, and so now it's gonna be forced to sacrifice at the end of this turn. So what we're gonna do is attack in with it, and then we're going to sacrifice it with Vivien to get ourselves a Tovolar. All right, let's get the 1/1 counter here. Get as much damage through here as possible. We gained a little bit of life here with the War Chief, plus the War Chief is going to spit out a 4/4 Rhino for us, and we're going to get a Tovolar with 2 wolves. So we're going to have plenty of bodies to block with. This is going to be nice. This is going to be nice. These 2 cards go hand in hand together, man. I'm telling you. I am telling you. So second main phase, we activate Vivien's ability to +2, sacrifice the War Chief, and we get ourselves a free Tovolar and a 4/4. We draw a card, and we gain 3 life, all in the same turn. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Opponents now down to 11. We've got ourselves a 9/9 and 2 6/6s. Oh my gosh. And we can always sacrifice the Tovolar with Vivien as well to get down a Titan of Industry if we choose. 5/6 mana. We still haven't hit a single land drop, it feels like, off the top of our deck, which is crazy. We should be able to pull this off though. Even if they activate their statues, there's nothing they can do about getting through the 6/6 Tovolar, so do what they must. I think we dominated the Anvil deck, which feels pretty cool because we saw how good the Anvil deck was when we played that a couple of days ago. 2 constructs. 2 Anvils though can get pretty scary, I can't lie. I'm not exactly super stoked on this. All right, let's see if we can get a free Titan here. A Titan would gain us 5 life. No Titan. Feels bad, man. Free Titan? No Titan, but we do get a War Chief. War Chief does gain us life. Spreading the damage out here. Because if we're going wide, we want to get around them. We want to spread this damage out. War Chief comes down. It is a 5/3. It gains us 3 life. We get a Stomper down. Some more mana coming down our way. And that does activate the Stomper's ability to attack and block. And we have another War Chief that we can sacrifice with the Vivien. We don't get to draw a card. Should we just swing all here? Probably, right? We got plenty of blockers here. And then, like I said, we can sacrifice the War Chief and we can get ourselves another Tovolar, which gives us plenty more bodies again. And another Rhino. I love it. Absolutely love it. The combos are all online right now. Baleful Mastery, okay. They do it for the cheaper cost of allowing me to draw a card, which means they want to use their mana for some other things here, other tricks. Okay. Okay. I mean, they're buying themselves some time, but it's just, I mean, it is just a matter of time. They're about as dead as it gets. I don't think we've ever gotten the combos to be going off this hard, to be honest. Like, we're really going off here. They sacrificed their own creature here.
Nature adapts to
Another Tovolar. And we do avoid a lot of the Meat Hook Massacre nonsense. We avoid, you know, burn down the house. Almost everything's going to survive. So yeah, that's going to be a GG's, my friend. Well played, though. Well played. That will conclude this gameplay footage, though. Let's break this thing down. That is going to do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really appreciate you hanging around this long into the video as well. I just want to give a huge shout out before we break this thing down to everybody who's made it this far. I do appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for your support. I can't thank you enough, man. It really goes a long way here on the channel when you stick around this long. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, let's talk about the list a little bit here. So pretty happy with the list. I think it turned out really nice. We just actually played this live on the YouTube stream. As of right now, it would be yesterday, and we won a game with it as well. This thing is pretty awesome, man. It's got some really cool synergies. I really love the War Chief into the Vivien of the Hunt for the free Tovolar. I forgot to mention up top here because it kind of sneaked in there between the two, the Vivien and the Titan, but we do have one copy of Storm the Festival as well, which is pretty sweet. Little touch. The fact that we're ramping up so much with the Stomper helps a lot to get to these bigger plays, and having 4 of them is really nice. But ultimately, man, I think the deck played fantastic. The Ascended Pack Leader was a late addition to the deck because we were actually getting beat pretty fast by Mono White a lot. And so the Ascended Pack Leader actually came in pretty clutch against those types of matchups. But as far as things I would change to the deck right now, the only thing I can think of considering to change right now would be Renin 7. It makes a lot of sense with the Stomper obviously gaining us a lot of extra lands, making bigger tree folks, but doesn't really synergize with the rest of the deck. Obviously Asika's Chariot can copy it, which is nice, but Asika's Chariot can also copy everything else, like these Rhino tokens, these Rhino tokens, these Rhino tokens, these wolves. We have plenty of tokens to copy. I know the tree folks are pretty sweet because they have reach and all of that, but I don't know. I just think it might be worth cutting to add something in the 4-drop slot. And the reason I say that is because there is no creature for the 4-drop slot. And if we had a creature in the 4-drop slot, everything else would become fair game as far as Vivien goes. And Vivien would be much better play, because right now, let's say we sacrifice the Stomper, there's no 4-drop slot, right? So it wouldn't make any sense. So we need something in the 4-drop slot so we could sacrifice the Stomper, sacrifice the 4-drop into the workshop. Like, you want Vivien to be able to go off. That's kind of the way to do it. So I would explore the 4-drop position for creatures if I were you in this deck. just to see if you can get some pretty good options. This right here offers the learn mechanic, which is really nice, but that's an enter the battlefield trigger, which is still really good. I mean, if you want to, sack your stomper and get a free learn, that's also really, really nice. There's also some hasty things you can add into the 4-drop slot. There's actually more 4-drop slot creatures than you might think. Oddity is the creature I was thinking of with the haste. You can add a lot there in that position. You can make it a snow deck and even go with the Alderguard and go with maybe Blizzard Brawl over the Master's Rebuke. I personally like Master's Rebuke a little bit better just because of its instant speed mechanics. But yeah, that would be the main thing, and the only thing I would probably change to the deck is adding a 4-drop creature, cutting Ren in 7. You might need to cut the Storm the Festival in order to fit like a third one in there just to give yourself more options. But with Vivien though, being able to sacrifice the Stomper, I think that would help a lot with its consistency. Other than that though, I love the deck. I hope you guys liked it as well. I'll leave the rest of this into your guys' hand. If you guys have any ideas on how to make this better, or if you have a version you've been running, let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the deck. And that will conclude today's video. Tomorrow's video is, drumroll, a rainbow deck. My first attempt at a rainbow deck. Should be pretty interesting. Video's already shot, had some really good games with it, so I hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, before I hop out of here and we conclude today's video, just want to give a huge shout out as always to, you guys already know it, the Marty Mob, man. Thank you guys so much for everything you do for me, man. The Marty Mob helps keep this channel afloat, and I can't thank them enough for their memberships and their loyalty here to this channel, man, and their support. It just means everything to me. It really, really does, and I can't thank you guys enough. If you guys want to learn how to become part of the Marty Mob, you can hit the join button down below or the link in the description to become a member today. But that will conclude today's video, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Spacey, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.